Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Kylie and today we're having tom yum ramen with glass noodles. I put a little bit of watercress in it and alfalfa sprouts and kimchi. So grab your spoons, grab your forks, or grab your chopsticks and let's get started. Let's take the first bite here. So I wasn't planning on dyeing my hair, but I just, I was getting sick of my dark hair. So I just went for it and decided to dye my hair. I tried to do it like a balayage. And it's still drying, but tomorrow I'll do it all nice and cute, and then you can really see what it looks like. Took me like all morning, gosh. Tell me in the comments one thing that you didn't expect you were gonna do during this quarantine or social distancing that you decided to do and be spontaneous about. Leave that in the comments below. Put 2 eggs in this too. So today I want to talk about toys and things you wanted from when you were younger. So one thing I really remember were the Gigapets. I don't know if any of you still remember Gigapets, but that was like so in when I was in elementary school. And at that time, my dad was the only one working. And we didn't have a lot of money because we were refugees. And my mom stayed at home and I would go grocery shopping with her. Well, she didn't really know anything about like American dollars and stuff, so when she'd go grocery shopping, she wouldn't know how much the total was, and she'd just hand the cashier a bunch of money and they would just have to let her know if that was enough, give her some back or ask for more. And Gigapets weren't cheap. I mean, like, they were pretty expensive for that time. And And my mom didn't really know either because she was still trying to learn how to live in America in this new society. I mean, so I just begged and begged her. You know, when you're little, you don't really, I mean, as I got older, I realized, but you don't really understand, you know, whether your parents have money or not, and the struggles they have to go through. You just want things, and that's all you know. So I was begging her, and she let me get it. But now that I look back, I felt terrible. Like, when I looked back for the first time at that memory, I felt really bad and really terrible. Like, how much more did my dad have to work to like get more food, or like how much did we have to miss out on because I wanted that toy so bad? Like, it just makes me feel terrible now. But that was like probably one of my happiest memories, was just my mom being like such a good mom to me when I was younger. Because my siblings, they all went to school by the time we came to America, so they didn't really get to spend a lot of time with her like I did, because she stayed at home with me until I started preschool. That was, probably stayed home with her for a good 2 years before I actually went to school. So I was really close to my mom growing up. I mean, don't be weirded out because like my family was, I didn't have a lot of money, so I didn't ever have my own room until I was like in high school. So I kind of just like was a drifter. I was a drifter in my house because I didn't have my own room, so I kind of just had to find somewhere to sleep when it was bedtime. I mean, sometimes I'd sleep with my sister like in her bed, but then I'd always end up crawling into my parents' bed. But that reminded me of that memory today because my kids, our neighbor has one of those electric kids cars, and my son just is absolutely obsessed with trucks and cars, and he's just such a boy's boy. And he's just like, he'll stand in the window and look over into their yard and say, "Mom, Mom, me," like he wants to get in it. So I've been thinking about getting him one, and I mean, right now I'm a stay-at-home mom and I do real estate, and we're not hurting for money or anything, but it just made me think of when I was little. I mean, I never had one of those cars, but I always wanted one of those cars. And made me think about just like to be grateful and to want to give my kids the things that like I didn't have when I was younger. I'm sure my parents were devastated when they first came here and couldn't give us everything we wanted, but my dad and my mom eventually went to work, worked really hard, and got a lot of things for us, more than what I could have asked for. And more than what we deserved a lot of the times. I think when you grow up poor, you go one of two ways. You either also teach the value of money to your kids and help them to be grateful for what they have, or you're the type of parent that's like, I never had that when I was little, so I'm just gonna buy everything for them because I didn't have it when I was younger, and just be bad with money and just, I guess, continue that cycle. I mean, I feel like I can afford to buy my kids all these toys and stuff, and my mother-in-law, bless her heart, she buys them so many toys, and to the point where I don't even have to buy them toys because she buys them everything. We love her, thank God for her. But like my sister's ex-husband, he also grew up, his parents didn't have a lot of money, but, and even now that he's an adult, and my sister has 3 kids, and he buys them whatever they want, even though they're not well off or anything. But he's not really teaching them to be grateful for things that he didn't have when he was younger. It just kind of creates this, I don't like being ungrateful, and I would never want to teach anybody to be ungrateful. And I just think when you give kids everything they want, they just develop a sense of ungratefulness and entitlement, and you have to just combat that attitude because it just creates a monster, I think. But I shop at Aldi now, and when I was younger, my mom always shopped at Aldi. Before anybody knew what Aldi was, my mom was shopping at Aldi, and she'd get me all like the knockoff brand, like fruit roll-ups and all that stuff, and I feel terrible saying this now, and I feel terrible that I ever felt that way, but I was like embarrassed to have like the knockoff stuff because my parents needed to save money. I mean, they didn't have a lot of money to blow. But now as an adult that's trying to be financially responsible, I also shop at Aldi, and I realize now why my parents shopped at Aldi. And I mostly buy off-brand stuff. I mean, they taste the same, and mostly buy stuff that's on sale. Which is why we're not hurting for toilet paper, because like I said, like since August, I've been buying toilet paper from Costco whenever I see it on sale. Like I'll just grab one bunch or one pack or whatever, one big pack, and I just like keep it here just to have, because who else hates when you run out of toilet paper and you have no toilet paper in your house? Like I hate that. I have to have at least one or something somewhere just to have as a backup, because I'm not trying to run to the store just for one thing. I mean, just be prepared. Anyway, I'm getting off track. All I meant to say was, I realize now as an adult why my mom and dad shopped at Aldi and bought all those cheap things. So I just hope that my daughter doesn't feel like embarrassed when I pack her off-brand stuff in her lunch, because I pack her lunch every day. And I hope she has good memories like I did with my mom when I was young, staying home with her. On my daughter's first day of kindergarten, I packed her lunch. I cut off the edges of the bread and cut her sandwich into squares, and it was so nice. Like, I hope that she, when she's older, she remembers like cute little stuff like that and realize that like I was thinking of her and I wanted her to have, you know, a good day and a good start, and I only wanted good things for her. I think a lot of things come into perspective when you become a parent yourself. These memories I had, but didn't really analyze them until I had children of my own. And not that they didn't mean a lot to me, because they always did, but almost like they took on a new meaning. And I want to help my kids to have a good experience and have good memories and be able to think back and just know that like I did my best for them. Like, I remember my dad used to work third shift when I was younger, and he would always get home at like 7 or 7:30, and we'd eat breakfast together, and then he would take me to school. And one specific thing I remembered about the car ride is every single morning he would listen to NPR. My dad is like super straight-edged and like scholarly. He's just always trying to like learn something new, or he can watch the news like all day, every day. I just can't wait to hear about like the little things like that like my kids will remember about my husband and I when they're older. Of course, we'll like talk about old memories with my family, and I just like always make fun of my dad for listening to NPR like every single morning. I gotta get used to my hair. I don't know if I'm feeling it yet. I will say also that now that I'm a parent, my anxiety and paranoia level is like through the roof. Like for the longest time, yeah, I was walking my daughter to and from the bus stop every single day. And almost every day she'd ask me if she could do it herself. Because, I mean, we live like 8 houses away from the bus stop. So really not that far at all. And for the longest time, I told her it was like my opportunity to walk the dog. Because Lucy likes to, you know, that was just our routine. She liked going in the mornings and picking Lily up from the bus stop in the afternoon. So I just used that excuse, but I think it's just because I was nervous and scared and I didn't want anything bad to happen to her. But I realized that I could see the bus from my porch. So I still walked her every morning, but in the afternoons I would let her walk home alone. And I would stand on the porch and watch her walk all the way down to our house just to make sure like nothing weird happened. I think maybe that I watch too many crime shows or whatever, so it just makes me really nervous. I'm on the hunt though to see if I can find like an electric car or whatever, a 2-seater, so both my kids can sit in it for under under $200. I mean, it's just silly to be spending over $200 on an electric vehicle that they're only going to use for maybe a couple of years. I just like to be practical. Last bite. I'm done. Thanks for tuning in today. If you liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Comment down below what you think of my hair and if I should go back dark. Let me know. Click that subscribe button for the next video, and I hope everybody's staying safe and healthy. And until next time, see you later.